he lost everything twice. The first time, it was taken from him. The second time, he threw it away himself. And that's what makes Sasuke Uchiha one of the most tragic characters in anime. Not because he suffered more than everyone else, but because every time life gave him a chance to heal, he mistook revenge for meaning. And maybe that's why his story feels so uncomfortably real. Because most people don't destroy themselves all at once. They do it slowly. By dedicating their entire identity to a pain they never properly processed. Sasuke's story begins with absence. Not ambition. Not destiny. Absence. When we first meet him in Naruto, he already feels emotionally distant from everyone around him. He's talented, admired, disciplined, the kind of person who looks composed from the outside. But emotionally, he's frozen. Because the defining moment of his life happened before the story even started. He walked into his home and found his entire clan dead. And standing over them was the person he loved most. His brother. Itachi Uchiha didn't just kill Sasuke's family. He shattered the basic psychological structure that allows a child to trust the world. The person who was supposed to protect him became the source of terror. And what makes this even more painful is that Sasuke never got the chance to grieve normally. The trauma immediately became a mission. Get stronger. Kill Itachi. That's it. No emotional processing. No healing. No space to become a person outside the tragedy. Just purpose through hatred. And at first, it almost looks admirable. Discipline usually does. But that's not what this story is really about. Because beneath Sasuke's obsession with revenge is something much more human, the desperate need to make suffering feel meaningful. One of the most important early scenes is during Team 7's formation. On the surface, it's simple. 3 young ninja forced to work together despite conflicting personalities. But psychologically, something more interesting is happening. Naruto Uzumaki desperately wants connection. Sasuke desperately avoids it. Not because he hates people. Because attachment has become dangerous. Trauma survivors often develop this contradiction where they deeply crave closeness while simultaneously fearing it. The closer someone gets, the more terrifying loss becomes. And Sasuke already knows what unbearable loss feels like. So he keeps everyone at a distance. Coldness becomes protection. Silence becomes control. What makes this dynamic powerful is that Naruto unintentionally threatens Sasuke's identity. Because Naruto understands loneliness too. Not in the same way, but enough to make Sasuke feel seen. And when someone begins to see the parts of you built around pain, one of 2 things happens. You heal, or you run. That's why the rooftop confrontation matters so much. On the surface, it's about rivalry. 2 boys comparing strength. But emotionally, it's about fear. Sasuke watches Naruto grow stronger through connection, while he himself grows stronger through isolation. And deep down, he realizes something terrifying: Naruto may actually be happier than him. That realization breaks something inside him. Because if connection creates strength, then everything Sasuke sacrificed might have been unnecessary. And that possibility is unbearable. So he doubles down. This is one of the most psychologically accurate parts of his character. When people invest years into pain, they often become incapable of questioning it. Because admitting the pain was pointless would emotionally destroy them. Then comes the Valley of the End. And this scene quietly changes the entire emotional direction of the story. On the surface, Naruto is trying to stop Sasuke from leaving the village. But psychologically, Naruto is trying to save Sasuke from becoming emotionally unreachable. And Sasuke knows it. That's why he cannot simply walk away quietly. He has to sever the bond violently. Because if even a small emotional connection remains, he might hesitate. So when Sasuke chooses power over friendship, the tragedy isn't that he becomes evil. The tragedy is that he mistakes emotional numbness for strength. Paragraph 8. Then comes the most devastating moment in Sasuke's story. The truth about Itachi. This scene works because it destroys not only Sasuke's understanding of his brother, but his understanding of himself. Everything he built his life around collapses instantly. The hatred. The purpose. The identity. Gone. Sasuke realizes the person he hated most in the world actually loved him more than anyone else. And suddenly all that rage has nowhere to go. So it mutates. That's the terrifying thing about unresolved grief. If it cannot disappear, it transforms. Paragraph 9. One of the saddest details about Sasuke is how often people try to love him, and how incapable he becomes of receiving it. Naruto refuses to give up on him. Sakura Haruno refuses to stop caring. Even Itachi sacrifices everything for him. But trauma changes the way people interpret love. Instead of feeling safe, love can begin to feel threatening. Because accepting love means becoming emotionally vulnerable again. And vulnerability means risking pain. So Sasuke chooses control instead. Without pain, he no longer knows who he is. Paragraph 10. The final battle between Naruto and Sasuke is not really about ideology. It's about surrender. Naruto is fighting for connection. Sasuke is fighting against the possibility of needing anyone. But for the first time, Sasuke stops running from the truth. He was lonely. He was grieving. He was angry that the world kept taking things from him. And underneath all of that, he wanted someone to understand his pain without fearing it. And maybe that's the real tragedy of Sasuke Uchiha. It's that for most of his life, he believed pain was the only thing giving his life meaning. Because beneath the battles and the spectacle, Sasuke represents something deeply human,